Hello, I'm Joanne Majors.
And I'm Kathy Signo.
And we are excited to be with you today to talk about something that I really love. It's a system. We love systems.
Yes,
we really do. Systems make people successful. We say and have said for years, if you plug a really good person, if you hire for attitude, you plug them into a good system, you'll have success. Some people are better at following systems than others,
right.
But the truth is systems make us successful. I think about if you hire somebody because, well, she had 15 years experience and so we hired her and everything was going to be fine, right? And they get in and you plug them into no system because they had 15 years success. But then when they don't do it the way that you think it should be done, you're upset.
Right. And how many times have we had that person that has 15 years experience and
regularly
2 weeks into it,
they're crying and they say, I don't know anything. Because we're so system driven.
Yes.
I mean, we've been in this for over, a long time. We'll just say long time. We started when we were young, both of us.
Yes.
But it's like this stop-start change is a really big deal to me. I talked about it. I wrote a blog post on it several years back when I had spine surgery. And now it's like I just went through the stop-start change again. So had a stroke November 1st. Things change, right? So it's always like, and I remember there's a blog post about it on somewhere with the Do magazine. You can find it. But anyway, I kept joking. I kept saying to the doctors, okay, as long as I can be on the airplane on Monday, I have to be in Phoenix to speak on Tuesday. And this was on a Friday. They didn't find as much humor in it as I did.
No,
but I think I was the person that looked for humor rather than fear.
Yes.
So we wanted to do this stop, start, change again because you guys you came through the courses. You've taken the systems, the online learning, you implement it in your practice, and it's better than me just saying what happens. You can use your experience. And we find that your experience sometimes is different than mine.
Right.
We're not in the same geographic area. We have learned to laugh at ourselves and not take ourselves too seriously. We take what we do very seriously.
Very seriously.
So this stop, start, change is a really interesting thing right now because we have to stop thinking about how we've learned in the past, right?
Yes.
And we have to start listening to how the team needs to learn.
Yes.
That's different for like 4 generations in a dental office.
It's very different. And this is evolving all the time.
It is.
We just had someone go out on maternity leave. Everything came to a stop. She's our main team leader.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden she's not there every day. So we have to stop, figure out how are we going to continue to provide the quality of care that we want to provide.
That's exactly right.
Without that main treatment coordinator who presents all of our treatment. How's that going to change and keep things moving forward?
Yeah. Well, and I think about one of the reasons that we have, one of the reasons the Soft Skills Institute has the online learning is because we know that people have to have some sort of experience to buy in, right? And now, like, instead of doing the regular 2 days and everybody came to the 2-day or 2.5 day and then everybody went home and they spent $50,000 and they couldn't implement, stop the way you've been doing it. Start listening to how the team needs it and change what you're doing. That's what happened to me. And it's like it was at a point where I had to say, okay, I'm either going to invest a lot of money to change what I've been doing so that I can still reach those patients. Because for me, at the end of the day, it's about how do I reach most patients?
Reach how most far patients. You can reach.
That's exactly right. By the team getting this knowledge.
Right.
And so we had to change how we do that. And so now we work with so many larger groups and that sort of thing that it's got to be scalable. When you're training a call center, it's not like having your 2 front desk people there learning.
No, and it has to be predictable.
That's exactly right. So I think this stop, start, change is big for us right now where we are in dentistry with the shift of how people are learning, who's in the practice, and just understanding that it is about you're not alone. Number one, I'll say you're not alone. If you're a private practice and you're struggling with how you do this, you're not alone because they're out there. Yeah. If you're a group and you're struggling with how you do this because you've got some great practices but trying to get a consistent level of, let's just say, service. And I'm not saying you change the names, you change the name or don't change the name. That's not the point for me. It's not, I don't care. It's like, for me, it's like I don't care about the label. I care about the end result for the patient.
Yes.
And so when I think about how we're going to deliver to more patients, all I can think about is stop, start, change. Stop believing, Joanne, that everybody's going to come to your 2.5 day seminar and spend, $50,000, $60,000 to send 30 or 40 people down there.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
No.
Guess what? Newsflash, not happening anymore.
But we still need to get the message out there.
We still have to get the message there. So we've gone to training leaders and giving team members access, whether it's, access from a live feed event or whether it's, bringing content to them. My point is, don't stop learning. Don't stop believing that there's a system out there because whether it's ours or someone else's, there are systems designed for you, for your group that are scalable, that are in small bites, that people can actually use, that are executable and duplicatable, and they work. So that's the big thing on this. Stop, start, change. We've had to stop the way we did things start listening to how team members need the content, and the people that own these practices can't shut down those moving ships. I mean, it's not the same, and change how we deliver the content. So that's what we've done. That's what happens when you go through something personal, something professional. It's a stop, start, change. It's a system. We believe it, we embrace it, and your thing about change that you always say.
My favorite quote is, change is inevitable, but growth is optional.
There you go. We're about growth. We hope that you are too. We'll see you on the road.